About to get on my plane for Milan. Almost all I tell ya.
Alright, so I am on my way to Italy. We're flying to Milan for the weekend. It's a holiday on Monday and Tuesday, so we've got 5 days to experience this place. Here we go. So the reason we chose Milan is because the tickets were super cheap. It was like 33 euros round trip, but it flies you into an airport that's like an hour away from the city center of Milan, so you have to take a bus. That was the first thing we did. And then from where the bus dropped us off, we went to a spa. Yeah, an amazing spa. It was heavenly, and it felt awesome after a long day of traveling. So the name of the spa was QC Termi Milano, and don't ask me if I said that right because I can't say anything in Italian right. But Bree found it online, and it was pretty cheap. It was like 40 euros for the entire day, and it was worth it. It was so awesome.
Are you kidding me? Are you on your toes? No, I'm like flat-footed. Oh, if I just put my feet up okay.
Yeah, the farther up the wall, the easier it is.
We love spas.
We love sweats.
So apparently spas are like this huge thing in Rome because back in like the Roman times or whatever, when Rome was at its height, they had these public Roman baths under like the arches, and like people would keep them warm all day long, and they were free to the public. And so that's what this spa is modeled after, and it was super cool. I'm so happy we went. I never would have thought to go if it wasn't for Bree, but it was relaxing, and they had this nap room where you could take, it was like memory foam mattresses, and you just nap. It felt so good because we had gotten up so early that morning. It was awesome.
Say hi, everyone.
They had like everything here too. They had saunas and like this marble slab where you'd lay and it would like lightly rain over you, and like themed rooms, water, earth, fire, and so many baths and foot scrubs and steam baths. It was awesome. I would highly recommend going to it if you ever get the chance. I mean, even if you don't go to the one in Milan, there are QC termies all over, and it was super relaxing and totally worth the money. And so the reason we went to the spa on Friday was because we couldn't check into our hostel until 3 and we had time to kill. So then after that we went and we checked into our hostel. We stayed at Maianger Milano Lambrante, and it was super nice and I was very happy with it. It's like a hybrid hostel and hotel, and we had a family room, so it was the 6 of us, and well, 6 of us girls, and we stayed in one room. We had a hotel key to it and everything. We didn't have to worry about like other people that we didn't know in the room, so that was cool. And then we went down to a riverfront, and the guy at the desk recommended it, like the area. And we had drinks and appetizers at the Rebelot, which was a cute little, I don't know, tapas bar. I know we're not in Spain, but tapas bar. And then we had dinner at Pizzeria Naturale, which was a real Italian pizzeria, and it was super good. I was so excited for Italian pizza. Our waitress was actually from Cuba, so she spoke Spanish, and we didn't know like any Italian, because whatever, but we knew a little bit of Spanish since we were studying abroad in Spain. So it was cool. We got to like talk to her and order in Spain. Ordering Italian food in Spanish was kind of weird, but it was good, and it was funny. So, and then we went and got gelato. I can't even pronounce the name of this place. I'm not going to try. But it was really good. I had meringue on top of mine, which I love meringue, and I just love gelato. I have so much gelato on this trip, and I don't regret a second of it. The next morning, we hopped on the metro, which I highly recommend using the metro if you're ever in Milan. It's super easy and super convenient, and we were told like just to take our chances with the taxi and not worry about public transportation. But I'm so glad that we learned how to do that because it saved us so much money. It was like 150 for every ride that we took. So, highly recommend using the metro if you ever go to Milan. And that took us to the Duomo, which we got there pretty early, so there wasn't a lot of tourists. It was nice. We got a lot of good pictures, and there are pigeons everywhere. Peep myself taking photos with the pigeons from the little scammer guys that tell you it's free to feed the pigeons, then ask for a tip. And then you take out your wallet to give them a tip because you're nice, and they literally ripped the $10 bill out of my hand. I was pissed. I did not want to pay 10 euros for a picture with the pigeons, but I guess the pictures turned out cool, so it's fine. And the Duomo is absolutely gorgeous. Like the architecture, I can't even imagine how long it took to put that thing together. But it's so pretty to look at. And from there, surprise, surprise, we went to a gelateria. I didn't get gelato this time, don't worry. This was breakfast. I just got a tiny little pastry that I wanted to try. But I do go back later and get gelato. But that's for a later part of the video. And then from there we went to an art museum that Krista really wanted to go to. The art museum was the Pinoteca de Brera. Don't ask me. Krista knew all the specifics about what kind of art there were there. It was a lot of like biblical stuff, and it was really pretty. There were a lot of pretty paintings. I'm not a huge art guru or anything, but it was pretty to look at. There were a lot of pretty paintings, and the frames were so intricate, and it still amazes me how they like move paintings that are that huge. But yeah, I got to draw. Clearly I'm very artistic, can't you tell? That was probably my favorite part because I just tried. I tried really hard to be a good artist. But yeah, I'm not huge into art, but I'm glad we went. It's something you have to do in Europe because art museums are so big there. I miss my dog. After that, we got lunch, and I'm making it a habit to take a picture of all of the food I eat here and write down the places because I want to be a like extreme food critic and remember all the places, where to go and where not to. This place wasn't that great. I didn't even write down the name because it wasn't worth it, but it was just a cute little sandwich shop. And then we went to the castle. So yeah, I really like castles. They're so pretty and just reminds me of all the Disney movies I've watched, although these castles are nothing like the Disney movies because I don't think Cinderella would be sleeping in this cold, cold pile of rocks. But it's okay. They're still pretty, and I really like them. I like walking around and looking at them, and everything is, like, it's ruined for the most part, but it's just cool to think that people actually live there and, like, royalty and everything. It's bringing out the inner fairy tale in me. And, like, this castle even had a moat, which, like, how Disney is that? I wish I had a castle with a moat. And there were these stray cats in there fighting, which was kind of scary, but it was entertaining to watch at the same time.
No, they're not.
And then we walked through the whole thing, which was huge, and it had, like, a fountain and a wishing well. And, of course, I made a wish, because, like I said, I'm all fairy tale right now. Don't ask me what I wish for, because then it won't come true.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it was a huge castle, and we just kind of meandered through it, but I'm glad we went because we almost didn't. Just, like, decided last minute that we wanted to go. But it was Castle Stefanzello. I can't pronounce it, but in case you were wondering, that's the name of it. Portrait mode.
I was going to get you saying the part about you being in a castle.
Well, I'm also in a castle. Welcome to my new home. You can call me Princess. I accept gifts of all shapes and sizes. And yes, my friend is a princess, Princess Emily. I love her. And then we like meandered downtown, saw a few other things, went shopping. Although I clearly did not do any shopping because I can't afford this stuff. It was all like high-end Gucci, Tiffany's. It was cool. We got to go into one of the most important Tiffany's, and you know, Milan is like the shopping center of the world or something, so it was cool to walk around, although my feet hurt from wearing heels all day. And then we met back up at the Duomo and went back to the hostel. So then that night we wanted a real Italian meal, so we went back to the city center and we went to this restaurant that we found that was supposed to have really, really good pasta. It's called Paper Moon, and there are 2 Paper Moons, so don't go to the really expensive one because we did that, and we don't talk about that because our group ended up splitting up and one stayed at one and went to the other, and it was just super stressful. But the food was really good, and my pasta was absolutely amazing. I got pappardelle fatte in casa alla Paper Moon. I don't know if I said that right, but it's homemade pappardelle Paper Moon with smoked pancetta, tomato sauce, and cream. So it was awesome. Like, I don't know what kind of sauce it was. It wasn't like red sauce because it was still creamy, but it was perfect, and I loved every second of it. Real Italian pasta. And I also got dessert, and I got this brownie with passion fruit gelato. And it sounds like a bad combination, but it was so good. Like, it was perfect together. It was honestly one of my favorite combinations I've ever had. It was worth it. And we just, like, splurged on this meal because it was our one real Italian meal. And the next morning, we left Italy and we took a trip to Switzerland. Well, at least me, Emily, and Brie did. We booked it on TripAdvisor, and it was a bus ride to a train station. And then we took the Verona Express through the Swiss Alps. It was super fun. So we had to get up really early to get on the bus. And then we stopped at this bus stop, and I got a white chocolate filled croissant. And I don't know if I was just hungry or what, but I swear that croissant was the best thing I've ever had. But yeah, it was a lot of scenery that we could see. We went through all these Italian vineyards, and they like told us about how like the companies' names and the families that grow the vineyards, and there was a lot of pretty sights to see along the way. Then we stopped at this beautiful church in Torino, and they had like one of Europe's biggest organs, which was really pretty. And I lit a candle for Carson there. I love you, buddy. But yeah, and then we went and had lunch in Torino too at this place called Sale and Pepe. I had a calzone. It was super good. I really wanted a calzone and pizza and pasta while I was in Italy, so I got that. I also got apple juice, and I don't know why, but the apple juice tasted really good. I really like my apple juice. And then we made it to the train station. We hopped on the Verona Express and we started our trek through the mountains. It was gorgeous. Like, I can't stress enough how beautiful the Alps are. I had never seen them. I really wanted to see them, and I got to, and this train just showed you everything. We literally went straight up through it. We saw people skiing and went over lakes, and it was just so pretty. And then this train like actually lets you open the windows, which was cold because it's Switzerland, but kind of worth it because you got to take some pretty great pictures and videos and just see everything so clearly. It was kind of cool to feel, you know, like the wind going through your hair, going through the Alps. And I'm really happy that we did it. And then we hit snow. Oh my god, I'll say this once and then I'll never admit it again, but I miss snow. It reminds me of home, and it's so pretty to look at. And by this point, we had rolled the windows up, so it wasn't even cold. And then we got to go past all these ski resorts, so we saw like this little kid like struggling and throwing a temper tantrum because he was trying to ski and he couldn't. Yeah, and then we made it to St. Moritz, which is like a tourist resort town, and we got some Swiss chocolate, which I'm going to be honest, Swiss chocolate is what I went to Switzerland for. I probably spent way too much on it, but it's okay. It's not all for me. It was gifts. It's fine. I'm fine. But yeah, we didn't get to spend very much time in St. Moritz, which I wish we would have, but I got to do Snow Angel, so I guess it was enough time. And then we took a bus back down. And the next day was another early morning. Ugh, but it was worth it because we went to Verona, and it was kind of, again, a last-minute thing to decide to go to Verona, but I'm so happy we did because I loved it. It might have been my favorite part of this trip, either that or Switzerland, but it was so pretty. And we got there kind of late, so we got lunch. I had tortellini with ham and cream, and it was super good. And then we went to Juliet's balcony, which was like my favorite thing of this whole day. It was so pretty, and I got to leave my letter at the love wall, which totally reminded me of the movie Letters to Juliet, and I had to do this with the statue because apparently that's good luck in your love life. But we spent quite a bit of time at the balcony because it was really cute and we all liked it there, and it was, again, like fairy tale. It was adorable. I loved it. Dear Juliet, please, I need all the help I can get. Retweet. And by that I mean I need all the help I can get getting my dog from America to Spain because I miss her and I love her. She's totally my one true love. And we found this cute little like embroidery shop, so I got her this collar from there. And then we went to, yet again, another castle, and again, I loved it. This one was Castello Vecchio? I don't know. I can't say anything here.
Somebody get it though.
I need friends.
That's Sarah. Yeah, I got in the picture with her. She has friends. I really like her. Yeah, it was just another medieval castle. It was really pretty, and then it had a bridge that had like the prettiest view ever. Like I'm talking so highly about everything, but it was seriously gorgeous. And like that view alone was worth the trip to Verona because it was so pretty. Yeah, I'm really glad that we went there. I really liked this trip. And surprise, on our walk back to the train station, I got gelato, creme brulee, and blackberry forest flavors. It was awesome, so good. I love gelato. And then it was really late, so we got on a train and headed back. We were all really tired. Peeps there cozying up. But yeah, and then the next morning we went back to Valencia. But I really liked this trip. That was my trip to Milan, Switzerland, and Verona. It's my first real weekend out, so I hope you liked my video. Vivamos!